The Giants have had several middle-of-the-pack seasons since they won 3 World Series in the span of 5 years. Is this year going to be any different? Hello, I'm Jonah Johnson, a freelance video editor and a die-hard San Francisco Giants fan. In today's video, we're going to be recapping the Giants offseason as well as setting some season-long goals for some of our guys in the orange and black. Let's recap the offseason. They hired new manager Tony Vitello, who was brought on as the 20th manager in the Giants' San Francisco tenure. They signed him to a 3-year, $10.5 million contract with a 4th-year vesting option. A vesting option guarantees Vitello a 4th year or more, depending on the team's success under his leadership. In the offseason, they signed right-handed pitcher Adrian Houser, center fielder Harrison Bader, second baseman Luis Arraez, right-handed pitcher Tyler Mahle, right-handed pitcher Jason Foley, left-handed pitcher Sam Hentges, right-handed pitcher Rowan Wick, and right fielder Will Brennan. They also lost some notable guys like Justin Verlander, Wilmer Flores, Dominic Smith, Andrew Kisner, Marco Luciano, Kai Tang, Mason Black, Tom Murphy, and Wade Meckler. Not the most exciting offseason, but signing players like Harrison Bader and Luis Arraez to fill important spots on the roster, as well as hiring the first manager in MLB history to go from coaching college straight to the majors, certainly opens the eyes of Giants fans and baseball fans and critics across the league. Now, let's get into some player expectations. The Giants made some key signings to bolster up their roster going into 2026, but there's also some guys who were previously on the roster that can make a big impact for this upcoming year. First, let's talk about Luis Arraez. Previously playing for the Minnesota Twins, the Miami Marlins, and the Giants' second biggest foe, the San Diego Padres, Arraez in his career has hit for a .317 batting average, a .363 on base percentage, and a .413 slug, giving him a career OPS of .777. Known for being a contact-first type of hitter, what should we hope to see from him this season? Can Arraez hit over a 300 clip for the Giants in 2026? He has done this in 5 out of his 7 seasons in pro baseball. In his pro tenure, he has a .288 career batting average at Oracle Park, and he has yet to hit a home run there. He has a .288 career batting average against the NL West in his career, racking up 155 hits and 43 RBIs. Fun fact, the last guy to hit over a 300 batting average for the Giants while at least playing in 100 games in the season was Buster Posey in 2017. Arraez isn't in San Francisco to display flashes of power. He's going to work all of his counts, be a headache for opposing pitchers, and put the ball in play every chance he gets. In 675 plate appearances in 2025, he only struck out 21 times. Expect him to put the ball in play in clutch situations or get on base for the heart of the lineup to knock him in. Next up, Jung Hoo Lee. The former 2022 KBO MVP has had a rocky start to his career. His rookie season in 2024 was limited to 37 games due to a season-ending torn labrum. He followed that up in 2025, racking up 149 hits and 617 plate appearances. My question is, can Jung Hoo Lee steal 15 bases in 2026? Lee stole 10 bags in 150 games in 2025. His highest number of stolen bases in a season happened in the KBO in 2019 when he stole 13. His nickname is Grandson of the Wind, and this season he's moving positions from center field to right field. Although the numbers don't necessarily prove that he could steal 15 bags in 2026, I do think him moving from center field to right field will ultimately keep his legs more fresh over the course of a season. I expect Lee to keep his high fielding percentage up while commanding right field, as well as steal more bases for the Giants and keep his nickname of Grandson of the Wind relevant, especially if the team has a more aggressive approach on the base paths, which we've seen from the Giants staff during spring training. Next, Robbie Ray. The 34-year-old veteran is entering his 13th season in the big leagues. After winning his first career Cy Young in 2021, he unfortunately had to undergo Tommy John surgery in 2023. Ray was traded to the Giants in the midst of his rehab and would pitch in just 31 innings at the end of the 2024 season. 2025 was a bounce-back year for him. He racked up 186 strikeouts in 182 innings pitched, while posting a .365 ERA and earning a spot on the All-Star team. Can Robbie Ray pitch under a .35 ERA and 160 innings pitched in 2026? This spring, in 20 innings pitched, he has struck out 21 while only allowing 3 earned runs. According to Michael Monreal on X, Ray had a sub-3 ERA going into the last week of August in 2025. Last year, though, in 2025, he allowed a career high of 73 walks over the course of a full season. Unfortunately, Ray isn't getting any younger. However, he did show a lot of good signs in 2025. If he can stay on the field, the grunting machine can have another solid year for San Francisco on a pitching staff that certainly needs his help. Also, the new ABS system and having the best defensive catcher in baseball in Patrick Bailey can contribute to more success over the course of a full season. Next up, Bryce Eldridge. By now, you've all heard the news that he's starting the year in AAA. Although that this is disappointing to hear, I do believe it's still important to highlight the organization's top prospect. Standing at 6 feet 7 inches, the 21-year-old is looking to make an impact on the big league roster this year. Eldridge made his debut in 2025, totaling 3 hits and 28 ABs. This spring, he has racked up 9 hits and 39 ABs. The biggest glare in his game is his strikeout percentage. In AAA last year, it was up to 31%. In the majors, it was at 35%. And this spring, it's at 48%. Although these stats are worth being wary of, I do believe his power potential is too good to pass up. Once he makes it back to San Francisco, can Bryce Eldridge average over a 400 slug percentage in 2026? In 250 games in his career in the minors, he has averaged over a 512 slug percentage. For comparison, Aaron Judge averaged a 470 slug in 348 games in his minor league career. According to his scouting report on MLB.com, Eldridge has 70 grade power with the potential to hit over 40 home runs in a season. It's hard to predict anything from a 21-year-old with minimal experience, but the potential for Eldridge is hard to ignore. When you're averaging exit velocities of that in a 3-time MVP in Aaron Judge, how do you not let the kid get reps at the big league level? Of course, we need to be patient because of his age, but I've seen from several people inside of the building that he oozes with confidence. I believe letting him gain experience in the bigs will be best for his game and for the ball club as a whole. Expect to see him in San Francisco soon. Last, but certainly not least, Coach Vitello. Making his first in-season appearance as the Giants' new manager on opening day, Vitello comes from a unique background. He served as associate head coach for the Salinas Packers of the California Collegiate League. He would then go on to become an assistant head coach to Mizzou, TCU, Arkansas, and ultimately becoming the head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers and led them to a national championship win in 2024. He's been honored with many awards in his coaching tenure, like Coach of the Year in the SEC in 2022, Perfect Game Coach of the Year in 2021 and 2022, NCBWA Coach of the Year in 2021, and ABC Coach of the Year in 2024. Can Coach Vitello keep the energy consistent through 162 games or more? Like I said before, he's the first coach in baseball history to make the jump from college to the pros without a stint in minor league baseball. According to Jake Mintz of Yahoo Sports, he is immensely charismatic, boisterous, eccentric, unyielding, and unafraid to express himself. According to Shayna Rubin of the San Francisco Chronicle, Buster Posey said, "Throughout our search, Tony's leadership, competitiveness, and commitment to developing players stood out. His ability to build strong, cohesive teams and his passion for the game aligned perfectly with the values of our organization." In his 8 years of coaching at the University of Tennessee, 52 of Vitello's players were drafted into the MLB. He scouted players that would later go on to become all-stars, like Max Scherzer, Ian Kinsler, and Andrew Benintendi. As a coach, he has always brought the juice, from being thrown out of games by umpires, to calling out the media in live press conferences, but most importantly, having the back of every single one of his players. In an interview with ESPN's Ryan McGee, Vitello states, "The one thing I always want to be is true to myself and be authentic. Coach, stay true to yourself. This organization needs you, and keeping spirits alive and keeping players excited is key to bringing back an Orange October." Oracle Park is the place to be this baseball season, as the Giants have an exciting team being led by a new, young, and energetic voice. If all things go smoothly, I believe by the end of the season, the Giants could be contending for a wild card spot. What do you expect from the Giants this season? Let me know in the comments. In my next video, I'll be recapping the Yankees series. Thank you for taking the time to watch my very first video on this channel. Be fair, be kind, and as always, go Giants. I'll see you next week.